Hello everyone, this is WarnowGamer4 here with another challenge run video. This challenge run is focused on the one-eyed shield, which is one of the only two firearms in the game. So pretty much this is a challenge run with a gun in Elden Ring. But anyways, let's get started. We first choose our class, name our character, and choose our keepsake. And now die. If the boss could stop missing us, that is. Then we collect material and make our way to the church where the merchant is to sell our stuff, so we can get the crafting kit to craft a finger remedy, summon my illegal arms dealer. Look at that face. I can see why he's maidenless. His character has no face. It's a non-face only a mother would love. After getting the one-eyed shield, getting attacked for that insult, and dying by my own terms and not my dealer's, I talk to Vare, punch to the face for luck, gun for calling us maidenless. You're lucky for now, Vare. Soon. Unfortunately, I can't use it with my current stats. So time to get Torrent, and the summoning bell always just in case. Meet Alexander, and meet Sir Biggest of D. Go get the Wondrous Physic on the way to Fort Farum. Hold hands with my stalker and get kidnapped. Get the right half of the Dectus medallion, Radahn sword seal for later claw use, and get killed by the rat I always die to. Now we go back to Limgrave to get a golden birdfoot for future rune gain. Go to Fort Height for the left half of the medallion. Make my way around Stormveil Castle. Get sniped by a Call of Duty lobster. Get the glintstone key and immediately warp. Use said key to quickly reach the other side of the lake, and use the Dectus lift. From Altus Plateau, make our way to Mount Gilmer, get the Somber 6 smithing stone. Now make our way to Volcano Manor, accept the friend request. Traverse the area by ignoring everything and rolling through the lava. Get the Somber 5 smithing stone. Bring the bridge shortcut up. Suffer through trying to make the Volcano Manor skip jump. As of 1.04.1, which is the update version during the run, the jump is still possible, but very difficult to do. Took me about 2 hours till I made it up there. And when I did, I panicked and had to sneak around the abductor to get the Somber 7 smithing stone. Now we warp to Dragon Barrow, find the loot scarab, send Scarab off the cliff to get the Somber 8, and get the Somber 9 smithing stone that's close by. Now we jump off the cliff with our Skyrim horse, do a bit of grave robbing, sell my golden runes because it's faster than popping them, buy Somber 1 through 4 from EG, do a bit of ball farming, and upgrade my gun shield to +9. Level strength up to 20 so I can finally use the shield. Does pretty good damage, but very slow to handle. Onward to Lux Ruins, and quickly dispose of the demi-human queen. To get the ritual sword talisman. Level to reach minimum strength requirement for gun. Now to eliminate the putrid avatar for the flame shrouding cracked tier. Get the green spill crystal tier, the bloodhound claws for bloodhound step, and the flame grant me strength incantation at Fort Gale. Now to bloodhound step through the abandoned cave. To delete the Cleanrot Knights duo. And receive the golden scarab talisman. Get the jellyfish shield in my spare time. Now time to bash a giant dragon's tail for about 15 minutes. And with the golden foul foot and the golden scarab, we get over 110k runes. Big level up time. Get the fire scorpion charm at Fort Lyde. Deal with Commander O'Neill. and get the Commander's Standard for bigger buffs than Golden Vow. Level up again. Invader. Deleted. Deal with patches. Make a deal with patches for Margit's Shackle. Meet with Blide. And enter the Ever Jail to free the prisoner inside. Talk with Blide and get rewarded for our efforts. And because we helped him, we can now buy the Carrion Crest Talisman from EG. Now it's time to deal with Margit, the fell out of the sky. With Margit defeated, we steal his talisman pouch. Go into Stormveil Castle by using the side entrance instead of the front gate I would usually use. Use gun versus knight. Gun vs. Knight 2, the sequel. Now skip my way through Stormveil Castle using the rooftops, ignoring most of the enemies. Except for the ones that corner me. Good thing their AI isn't smart, if not I would have been in big trouble. Go into Stormveil's hidden area to eliminate the ulcerated tree spirit and get the hidden golden seed it drops. Also shoot the grafted Scion that got in my way. And now it's time for Godric the Gold Boy. Just bam, boom, bam, and dead. Oh boy, it's Vare's quest time. So we need to invade and leave 3 times. Get my source of Maiden's Blood from the game's starting area instead of where Vike invades us. But use the wrong warp. After I take out the Lonely Knight, I use the correct warp this time. Kill the intro boss. Get the Maiden's Blood. Get turned into a unicorn. And deal with Invader Vike anyways because I can. Now that we've become a Blood Knight, I use the medal I was told not to use. And now we are here in Moghwyn Palace. Let's quickly get the farm area grace by hugging the left wall. With that out of the way, we make our way through the palace, sneak around the back of the mass meeting, and get the Somber Dragon Smithing Stone. Biggest D has unfortunately been murdered. And finally upgrade the shield to +10. Now it's farm time. And after getting over 1,250,000 runes, it's time for a huge level up. Now we have unfinished business to take care of. With our honor recovered and Vare shot to smithereens, we now tackle Raya Lucaria, shooting everything in our path, including Radagon's pet wolf. And any knight that stands in our way. Now it's time to deal Rennala and her pointy hat. Just bash through the crawling guys. And then shoot her point blank in the face for phase 1. With phase 2, I mostly traded hits with Rennala. And with the final trade, I was able to sneak the victory through the art of dying very slowly. With Rennala defeated, we get our 3rd talisman slot, do a little level up, make our way through Caria and Manor, prove that my weapon is better, and deal with the Spirit Loretta. A lot of traded hits in this fight, but I won by using my high damage output. Next we meet up with Ranni and Yura as well. Eliminate NPCs with the power of gun. Now off to Redmane Castle. And now it's time for Radahn, the ever so hungry.
Oh god, it's so good. Mmm, so good and tasty.
Even though he's big and scary, he couldn't handle the power of gun. With the stars now running away from me and my gun when they saw me beat Radahn, I reload the area and fight the gank duo in the Redmane Castle. Now a moment of silence for all the fallen players in this battle. After those boss fights, I realized I'm leaving quite a lot of damage on the table because I forgot one important piece of equipment, and we need to resolve that. Now we go to Siofra River, climb some ladders, and buy the Nomadic Warriors Cookbook 17 for oil pots. Now we go to the other merchants and buy their cracked pot collection. Scavenge for a few more. And now it's time for a damage test. First one with only the Physic, Flame, and Commander buff. Now with all buffs. And now all buffs and the oil pot debuff on the enemy. That's quite a damage difference. Time to make a death bird into a dead one. And get the red feathered branch sword, aka the red tearstone ring of the game. Get the RTSR set up through an archer golem. For our good friend the draconic tree guardian. A little less than half his health, so it's time to fight him normally. With the Guardian down, and wondering why the enemies can have lightning great arrows but we as players can't, lay out a knight, take out a gargoyle, get the ritual shield talisman. Now Godfrey is next on the list of victims, and after getting outplayed hard, his phantom couldn't handle the gun, unfortunately. And now we have our final talisman pouch. Onward we delete a Black Knife Assassin. And with Morgott in our way, we simply shoot until he dies. That was quite an easy fight, actually. Now we get tempted to commit arson by our stalker. Erase a tree avatar. And a crucible knight. Now let's go to Necron before we go to the Mountaintop of the Giants, where we fight our doppelganger. Light some fires around the forest. Touch the ominous looking deer corpse. Hunt a weird looking deer. Level up. Shoot a random ball that's just sitting there. And get the Finger Slayer blade. Quickly give the blade to Ranni and receive the inverted statue. Go to the Siofra Aqueducts and shoot the Crucible Knights there. Give little D big D's armor. Die by stupid game mechanics. And now it's time to deal with the gargoyles. In this fight I trick one off the cliff and fight the other one legitimately. And to attack I just have to wait till he does his overhead axe slam attack for me. With the gargoyles dead, we jump into the coffin for a nice ride. And reach the deep route. But before we go through deep route, I want to head into the sewers because why not, honestly. So we eliminate some turd lobsters and clean up the sewers a bit. Ignore the omens that are in the way. Die multiple times to a drop I can't clear. Take out some ninja imps. And go to fight Mohg. With the fire resist he possesses and the small arena, he was pretty annoying to fight. Died 4 times to this guy. I had to resort to the good old-fashioned shield bashing for this fight. Mostly waiting for him to stab the ground was the opportunity I needed to hit him with the shield. With Mohg down, I open the secret stairs. Level up. Parkour my way down the crypt. I unlock the Dark Root's secret entrance. Now I go to the Divine Tower at the lake and turn it upside down. Delete the Guardian of the tower. Open the upside down door. Deal with the fat noble on the bridge. Get the curse mark off of Ranni's original body. Shoot the giant weed that lives in the dark root. Make my way through the area. Now it's time to face off against the Simp Sophia. And with nearly all of them being a one-pump chump, we infiltrate them temporarily. And with the curse mark given to her, we fight the Lich Dragon. Time to shoot to kill. Very easy boss with our mini cannon. With the dragon out of the way, we see the new Big D being very insulting for some reason. Ride a random coffin to the next area. find a mini Ranni and bother her till she talks.
Or is it merely thy habit to talk to dolls?
We then deal with an abomination from space, deal with death lizards, fight the invader that is totally not blind,
My thanks. 'Twas more of a challenge than I envisioned.
sprint through the lake of rot naked, eliminate the rotten weed snake, and get a golden seed. With taking the coffin down the rot waterfall, we now fight Astel, the giant water noodle from beyond the stars. And after getting eaten only once, I dealt with him with just dodging and shooting him in the face. Now we deal with Ranni's pet dragon. And again, we just shoot it in the face. And now we get married to Ranni for proper handholding. Afterwards, we go to the mountaintop of the giants, threading through the area, avoiding enemies and attacks. Deal with some riffraff that are in the fort, and show the NPC who wields her shield who's better. Take out an NPC invader. Level up. And unfortunately put down our good friend Blide. Now we go to Castle Sol and deal with Commander Nail and his spirit goons. In this fight, first I take out the goons, then I deal with Nail himself. With Nail getting gunned down, we get the left piece of the secret medallion, bully an old man in the pot for the right piece of the secret medallion, erase the Omen Killer boss that is nearby, then get invaded at the round table hold, and just delete the invader, enter the Evergaol, get bullied by paraplegic women in jail, get tired and fight back. Now through the Haligtree branches we go. Shoot big annoying bubble guy. Shoot the rock flowers in the way. Shoot ants that are in the way of our progress. Get the elevator shortcut just in case. And now we fight the real Loretta with our portable mini cannon. We fortunately just die once against this boss. The fight was just out trading her in damage with the power of gun. With Loretta down, we move forward. Delete a clean Rot Knight on the way because I hate these enemies. Do some level ups. Try to skip the entire area with the elevator. And after dying 5 times, finally get my body to fall on the elevator trigger for the skip. Now we face Malenia. I honestly thought she was going to be a hassle at first, with her just dodging my attacks and having that hyper armor. But after finding out I can just make my character look at one direction and aim the barrel of the gun at her, and she won't dodge, she was quite easy. But of course it helps that I fought her over 100 times. So experience helped me win. But I did die 3 times. With how much stamina I lose per shot, I'm starting to lose engagements or suffer unnecessary hits because of the lack of stamina. And I went out of my way to increase my stamina recovery with the Green Turtle Talisman and the Great Turtle Shield. So with the just look away first, then shoot tactic, I cut through Malenia's first phase. A bit right before the second phase, I do a bit of buffing. And in the second phase, I use my great bow tactic of waiting for her to dive bomb me, or let her use her explosive sword slam attack for my opportunity to attack. And with the last shot, it looks like Malenia lost to the power of the almighty 40mm grenade launcher shield. Now back at the mountaintop, I fight the giant hand. And as always, it's almost never worth it. I do like seeing it spaz around on fire though. Now it's fire giant time. I died 8 times in this fight. With how much health Fire Giant has, the fight was more tedious than difficult. So I went out to get extra pots just in case. Now to defeat Fire Giant, I always tried to stay close to him. And when eventually I shot his leg off, in phase 2 he needs to do a huge fire AoE attack or a melee attack, so I have the opportunity to hit him without taking damage. With Fire Giant eliminated by a gun shaped in his brother's face, I go out to get some more cracked pots for more oil use. And take out a Grave Warden duelist with 2 shots. I now go to the kiln and cheat on Ranni. Who knew cheating can be so dangerous? Now we've reached Farum Azula. The beasts are pretty easy to take out, so I run through and ignore a majority of the enemies. And reach the grace before the boss. Now it's time to fight Discount Ornstein and Smo. This is a very slow fight with me dying 8 times due to being comboed to death or ran over by the fat godskin. The victory run just had me running and playing around the pillars in order to separate the gank duo and give me opportunities to attack. With the gank duo gone, I continue on my way to Alexander. But he isn't here, only a dragon that I will now slaughter. So after the dragon's death, I find and free Alexander. And come back to the area and he still isn't here. So I sneak into the lava bath and talk to Alexander. And now he pops up here at Farum Azula. Now we fight him and he's immune to our gun. Truly the actual final boss of this gun run. He might be immune to our projectiles damage, but not immune to the shield bash. With Alexander defeated, we now have the last damage increase for our one-eyed shield. Doing now a very significant amount of damage, we almost one-shot the Crucible Knight. Take down Stormhawks like nothing. And fight the Draconic Tree Guardian again. The fight is the same as the other one, just this one does more damage, and has more health. But before Maliketh, I go and lay down on a pool of blood and fight an actually intimidating dragon that is floating there menacingly. Dragon Lord and his missing heads killed me 6 times. The fights were pretty long because of the path to get to the boss and the small windows he gives me to attack. The giant lightning bolt slam gives me about 15 seconds to attack. I can only sneak in 2 attacks. I can sneak a hit when phase 2 is reached. Bait him to use his lightning bolt slam and his backwards fire attack. And when he's almost dead, he disappears and tries to ram you, so I dodge towards where he lands and make a run to his side to get a free shot in. With Placidusax gone, now I go to Maliketh. Maliketh's first phase is surprisingly easy. Just have to shoot him from behind a pillar. But in his second phase, when he becomes Edge Incarnate, is where my deaths come in. And after dying 5 times and getting hit by a ghost, I have no idea what hit me. I beat Maliketh as his first phase is easy because of the projectile artillery arc. And phase 2 is pretty much a game of RNG. Just shoot and hope the attack isn't a fast and hard-hitting one. With Maliketh defeated, we embrace the edge. And now we are in the final part of the game. Now we shoot Gideon in the face. And I'm surprised he took the first shot like a champ, literally unfazed, but he still falls to gun. Onward to fight Godfrey, the SmackDown champion. And after dying just 2 times, surprisingly, Godfrey falls like the rest. The tactic for his first phase is to bait him into throwing his axe, and then attack. Get a free hit in when he gets his mega stomps. Use face as a shield and tank one of his attacks, and attack once more to reach his second phase. In his second phase, wait out his chain of attacks to strike, and shoot him when he does his Super Slam AoE. I also almost died due to a ghost hit. Seriously, what is this game sometimes? Now Godfrey falls, and now we make our way to the last 2 bosses. Radahn just says no to projectiles, but if hit fast enough, it does massive damage. And after dying only 3 times to Radahn and 5 times to the Elden Beast, here is the victory run. Radahn is easily dealt with by shooting him first instantly when the fight starts, then throw an oil pot, dodge his attack slam and instantly attack him again, take the lumps, oil him up, shoot, and he goes down. Elden Beast's battle was a game of tag. Get close to him, dodge or block his sword attacks, use the opportunity to shoot it in the belly. Just dodge his ranged attacks. then run away from the homing projectiles. It also loved to run away from me. I honestly thought I was gonna need more blue flasks, but with the final hit, I beat Elden Ring with the one-eyed shield while mostly using its skill rather than using the shield bash. Now for some afterthoughts. This was actually quite a fun run. It's just a shame that the shield can't be gained until you beat Morgoth. That's pretty much most of the main story done before you actually get the mini howitzer. I didn't want to just do a new game and complete nearly half of it without the challenge run weapon, so I told my friend to give me his spare at the start of the run. Still had to go through the trouble of leveling it up and upgrading the thing, so it didn't feel like a cheat. Kind of, but the weapon late game was pretty good. I understand that most of the early bosses can't really handle the mini cannon, but even the ones that come after can't really survive more than a few hits. Astel, the Glintstone Dragon Adula, the Lich Dragon, Maliketh, Godfrey, Radahn, hell, even Malenia were easier than expected. But then again, my experience with these bosses helped me a lot with my fights, but I had a great time. Also, thank you to the viewers that commented and told me they wanted this run. But anyways, that's it for the video. For my next video, I'm going to do a challenge run with the coil shield. But after that, I have no idea what else I might try. Maybe the family heads flail. But I'm open to suggestions from my viewers and subscribers. Anyway, this has been Warnock Gamer 4 and thank you for watching and commenting on my videos. Thank you for watching this video. And make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click on the bell notification for alerts whenever I post a new video. And thank you for watching my previous videos as well. Later.